Welcome to AEDT 4120, Serious Gaming and Simulation. Week 8, Needs and Task Analysis, Video Clip 3 of 3. I'm Professor Bill Kapralos, and over the next few minutes we will be discussing task analysis. However, prior to doing so, here's the list of analysis questions for this particular video clip. Number 1. What is a task analysis? Number 2. What is the importance of establishing performance criteria? Number 3. What will the task analysis provide? Before we start, I'd like to point out that the material presented in this video clip is based in part on the material in the book by Nick Ayupa and Terry Borst, End-to-End Game Development, Creating Independent Serious Games and Simulations from Start to Finish. A task analysis, which is part of the instructional design process and follows the needs analysis, represents a study of the actions and cognitive processes required in order for someone to complete a given task. It provides deep insight into the steps that must be taken to complete the task and aids in the understanding of the mental model formed by people performing the task. As we saw in video clip 2, the purpose of the needs analysis is to identify the problem and its causes, and turn the problem and causes into behavioral objectives. Following the needs analysis, the next step is the task analysis, where you will identify and describe the details of the tasks that make up the behavioral objectives. Some instructional designers also differentiate between task analysis and cognitive task analysis. Task analysis examines overt behavior, or in other words, performance skills, while cognitive task analysis is concerned with defining the types of deep thinking required for many overt activities. Let's examine the process of conducting a task analysis. We begin with the establishment of performance criteria. It is not enough to know only what tasks must be accompanied to meet some objective. It is equally important to know how well the tasks have to be performed, and if there are other constraints that must be acknowledged in describing the tasks. In addition, you should also examine mastery performance, or in other words, how an expert performs the task. Establishing the performance criteria is done together with officials in the field, typically curriculum designers who have to adhere to previously established standards. Any serious game or simulation you develop must also adhere to such strict standards. The task analysis should also gather information about specific examples. For example, what is the best thing to do? What is the worst thing to do? What is the most surprising thing? It is also important to determine the exact vocabulary people use in given situations and establish what an event, open quote, sounds, close quote, like. You should also seek exceptions to the rule, as this will aid in making the training experience rich and deep. The task analysis can be summarized as follows. Step 1 includes continuing your interviews, but now focusing on master performers and experienced practitioners. During Step 2, you determine the detailed steps of each task of the desired behavior. Step 3 involves determining the criteria necessary for correct performance. Case studies and examples are provided in Step 4, and finally in Step 5 you document your findings in a task list that will guide the writers and game designers. This is the end of our discussion on task analysis. I would like to point out the book by Nick Ayupa and Terry Borst, End-to-End Game Development, Creating Independent Serious Games and Simulations from Start to Finish, where some of the material presented in this video clip is derived from. There are also several good examples of a task analysis conducted for serious games by the authors in the book. This leads us to the list of synthesis questions. Number 1. Does the task analysis necessarily have to follow the needs analysis? Can the process be streamlined to potentially reduce costs, for example? Number 2. Consider the following statement. Open quote, the lessons people remember most are those that they learn when they're surprised. Close quote. Assume this statement is true. How can this be captured within the needs and task analysis? This is the end of this video clip. Thank you.